Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for another Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga Season 2, Episode 4, titled Act of Treachery. So let's get into it. I almost forget the title. Anyway, this episode is called Act of Treachery. This episode starts off kind of right where we left off. There was like a lot of different scenes where they were just trying to pick up from, but it picks up from Suguro's point, or Bon. I normally just call him Bon. Bond's point of view, where he comes out. It's nighttime. He comes out of the meeting room and he's really mad about what's happening. And he goes, "I got to get to the bottom of this." He walks up the stairs, and then it's kind of cool because last episode, at the end of the episode, we saw Yuzo look out the window looking at Mamushi walking with her sisters, and Bond walks up the stairs and he sees that scene. He sees Yuzo looking out the window from last episode. That's kind of cool. So he sees Yuzo. He's like, "Huh, what is he doing?" And then two random guys walk up to him, and they go, "Hey, Mr. Yuzo, did something weird happen during the whole meeting you guys had today?" He goes, "No. Why? Did someone say something weird happened?" They go, "No, but a bunch of guys that were just guarding the keep got ordered to leave their stations. And after what happened the other day, someone could try to break in. It's kind of weird for someone to tell them to leave their stations and not guard the keep anymore. Especially, since it just got broken into the other day." Yuzo was like, "Yeah, that is weird. Thank you. I'll talk to the high priest." And he's like, not the high priest, but I'll talk to like Umobari or like his dad, like Jozu. Not Jozu, Yozu. So it sounds so similar. And they go, "Okay, thank you." So they walk off. Yuzo pulls out a key, and it's a key to the field office. And Bond's like, "Why is he going there?" And then we see Yuzo open up the door. Because, those keys, they can go to specific places. Or something popped up on my screen. I didn't know what that was for a second. They can go to specific places depending on what the key is. So Yuzo can open, like, my door. And then that's when he opens it with the key. Boom. He's in, like, Atlanta. Because that key goes to Atlanta. So he opens up the key, pops up right in the field office, and he has his Keurig with him. And then Bond, he goes to the field office too, but he has to take like the long way. So it takes him a long time to get there because he doesn't have that key. As soon as he gets out the elevator, he sees a ton of guards just passed out on the ground. He's like, "What the heck? What happened here?" And he's like, put two and two together. Like, Yujo was just said he's going to come here, and now all these guards are taken out. What is happening? And then we cut inside of the, what was the, not the temp taint. It was the Pacific room they used, or the word they used, not the dim, but they go to where the right eye of the Impure King is, and a bunch of more guards are passed out, and Yujo's looking down at one, smiling, and then we get the opening. The Keep, that's what it's called. It comes to the Keep. The Keep is that room. That's the room. That's what the room is called. I don't know why I forgot that. Anyway, after the opening, let me just skip past the opening. We cut over to Ren and Kurogakure, or Shira. I should probably call it just Shira from now on, Kurogakure. Anyway, Ren is still trying to do that training where he has 3 candles and he has to light the tips of the 2 candles on the ends. And we get like not a long montage, but we see a few attempts of him trying to light the candles, and he engulfs the middle one, he engulfs both of them, or he engulfs all 3 of them, and he just keeps failing until eventually he really focuses and he goes, "Okay, I don't need a lot of fire. I just need a little puff, and I need it directed right at that tiny point at the top." He focuses and he gets it. Last episode he got it by accident, but this time he got it on command. And obviously Kuro, Ren himself, and Shira are all surprised, like, "Oh man, you did it." Okay, Ren's like jumping up and down with Kuro in his hand. Shira's like, "Okay, not bad." And he's like, Shira's like, "Okay, not bad, Ren. Now we can actually start your training, finally." He goes, "What? I thought this was my training the whole time, or at least part of it." And she goes, "No, Ren. You need to learn how to control your flames all the time, not just every once in a while. Didn't I tell you before, if you keep like exploding up in flames, remember what the Vatican said? You're done if you keep exploding into flames." He goes, yeah, I know." And then we get a flashback to when this happened. It's kind of funny because because I watched the anime and then I read the manga. In the anime, I think this was the last episode that was actually canon when a Maimon barged into the whole meeting they were having with the Gogori, like the leaders of the Knights of the True Cross, about what to do with Ren when he had found out. And I think that was like the last canon episode, because after that, that's when we get the whole thing with Ren and Yukio's grandpa and everything with the Gehenna portal like that. That's all non-canon. And I think that happened between a day too, which is so funny. Like right after this meeting, like a day passed, and then this arc happened. Because later in this episode, Shira was like, "Remember what happened yesterday with the Gogori?" So it's like that meeting happened, then they jump right into this arc, which is so funny. But it's kind of weird for anime onlys because that weird non-canon. So I never understood that. Like, why deviate from the canon? Like, why? I never like. Part of me was like, well, maybe they know that they're gonna get a season 2, so there's no point of just continuing on with canon stuff. So it could be off a cliffhanger to just make up their own stuff. I guess that, but it's still like whenever they do eventually get announced for a season 2, they're like, oh, now everything we just put in there for anime only, that's not like, it's gonna confuse people, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, he gets a flashback to the meeting Mephisto was having with the Gogori about how they're like, why did you raise the son of Satan in secret? And for Mephisto, it was to fight Satan himself, to use him as a weapon against Gehenna. And obviously the Gory wasn't too jazzed about that. But then they were like, you know what? Okay, we'll do your little deal thing here with Ren. But he has to pass the X-Wire exam. Or he has to pass the exam in 6 months. I don't think it was the X-Wire exam. Actually, I can look at the subtitles. The Exorcist authorization exam in 6 months. My bad, not the X-Wire exam. He's an X-Wire right now. And if he's ever determined a threat to Gehenna, Asia, then he will be terminated and exorcist like any other demon. Those are the conditions, and everybody's like, okay. And then we cut back over to the keep. Bond, he's off to the side looking at Jozu, and he walks over to the right eye of the Impure King, and he goes, I didn't think it would actually be you. What are you doing here, Mamusi? Mamusi's a traitor. He goes, I never really expected you to be the traitor. And so he started pointing fingers at me during the whole meeting. We never really clicked. We never really got along. But I did respect you. No one else that I knew respected our morals and ethics for the Miyota as much as you. So why would you do this? And Mamusi is just standing there. He's like, come on, Mamusi, answer me. And she starts talking. And I kind of understand a little bit Mamusi's motives. But at the same time, it's like you're doing the most to like try to voice your opinions or something. Like last episode, I guess I kind of understand her point. At the same time, I don't. It's like it was really annoying. But like this reveal was like, because I read this arc first in the manga before I watched the anime. Y'all should have seen my face. I'm like in my room reading in my old room with the blue walls and those old videos. I'm like reading. I'm like, dog, no way. Like I saw this face. Anyway, she starts talking and we get a flashback to where she was a student at the Knights of the True Cross Academy because her and Yuzo were students there, and Mr. Total called her into his room to talk to her. Now, last episode, I said that the version of the story that the rest of Miyota people got was the founder of Miyota killed the Impure King, and he only gouged out the right eye. That's the version they get. The version that everybody else gets in the Knights of the True Cross is the exact same. That, the Impure King was going crazy, killing people. The founder Miyota killed the Impure King and gouged out the left and right eye. But normal Miyota people only think there's only a right eye, but no, there's a left eye. In total, it's telling Mamusi this, and she's really surprised that there's a left eye being held at, the Knights of the True Cross Academy. Like, this is crazy. Well, not at the academy, but, being held by the Knights of the True Cross. He's like, wow, are you serious? This is crazy. He goes, oh, really? You didn't know? Wow, this is really surprising. I thought since you were in the Miyota, you would know this. This is very concerning. And this is a picture of young Mamusi. It's just Mamusi, but in different clothes. It looks the exact... Oh, you can't really see the face. But you know what Mamusi looks like. But it's just Mamusi in, school clothes. It looks the exact same. Well, her voice does sound, younger, obviously. And I think those red things are smaller, too. Those red, makeup circles on the tip of her eyes. They're a bit bigger here, but they're smaller now. Anyway, that happens. And then Mamusi says that there's actually 2 traitors inside the Knights of the True Cross / the Miyota. She said the first traitor is Mephisto. And Jozo's like, Mephisto? She goes, I did some digging on him and I couldn't really find anything until about a week ago. She says the Vatican / Grigori had like this huge meeting with him. And it turned out he was keeping / raising the son of Satan. And he's been, not keeping, he spared the life of the son of Satan and kept him alive. And obviously Joseph's like, what? There's no way. And then he goes, the second traitor is Tatsuma Suguro. Suguro's dad, the master of the Myoto right now. And obviously Joseph's like, no, there's no way. And she goes, well, he knew about the son of Satan, let him live, and what makes it even worse, he used the most sacred relic of the Myoto to shield his powers away. She doesn't specifically say what the relic is, but we all know the relic, the Koma sword, the sword that Ren uses all the time. That's the most sacred relic to the Myoto. And, we know like, the sword keeps in Ren's powers. Well, at least it did before it got too strong. He just used the flames anytime he wants. Anyway, she goes, we can't trust our elders anymore, and turns both her hands into huge snakes. And then Josu's like, wait, Mamosi, if what you're saying is true, we should tell the elders. Like, we certainly just go and stealing their eyes and stuff. We should go tell the elders. She goes, the elders? Are you kidding me? My own father wouldn't even believe you, or me, his own daughter. And if we go tell your father, he's even more of a fool than mine. If we even give him any evidence right into his face, he'll just say we're imagining things. We can't trust him anymore. And then the camera pans out, and it turns out there's cameras in there. And there's a little security room off to the side. And then Umobari and then Josu's dad is watching this. And Umobari's like, oh my goodness. Like, he has his hand on his face. He's like, you gotta be kidding me, my daughter. And then the camera pans out some more. And Josu's dad is like, so, the things have escalated. What should we do, master? And then Tatsuma Suguro, the master, he's there, Bond's dad. He goes, yeah, this is pretty bad. And then Yozu, he says, so Umobari, I guess we're going to have to arraign her and arrest her. Is that okay with you? He's like, Mamoru's a grown woman now. Yes, it's fine. And then we cut back into the keep. So Mamoru, like I said, turned both her hands into huge snakes. The snakes attack Josu. Josu's like, look, I guess I'm going to have to just take you down myself because what you're doing is crazy. He jumps on the snake, runs to her. Bond, he gets up. He goes, wait, Mamoru, Josu, wait, please, stop fighting. We can talk this out. And then like a huge earthquake happens and he falls over. He's like, what is happening? And then everybody else starts to feel it too. And then Bond's dad, he goes, this isn't no earthquake. It's an intruder. Hurry up, everybody go to the keep now. And everybody else inside the end, they're feeling the earthquake too, so they're running to the keep. And then we cut over to Ren and Shira's perspective. And it's so funny because they feel like the earthquake, and obviously they're confused, like, what is going on? And Shira's like, okay, Ren, you stay here. I'm going to go. And she turns. She's like, where did Ren go? And then you see like a little PNG of Ren just like hopping around. And then Shira grabs his head like, whoa, where do you think you're going? You're staying put. I'm your guardian and you're going to stay here. And he goes, okay. And she just keeps pulling his hair harder and harder. But eventually she pulls it so hard, his flames just instinctively react to the pain. So a little puff of blue flames happens. So she lets go. And she goes, what the heck? Come on, let's go. And so her and Ren is like to run over to the field office to figure out what's going on. And it was the funny scene of that little PNG of Ren just hopping side to side. So where'd he go? And then Shira gets mad. Her hand comes out and just grabs Ren. And you see a little bomb off to the side to see how angry she is. That was pretty funny. They're the anime, they can add some little funny stuff in here. So stupid. That was really funny. Anyway, I got ahead of myself. Actually, yeah, everybody running. I got past that. Okay, Juzo, he's feeling an earthquake. He's like, what is happening? And he looked up at the ceiling, and the ceiling is rotting. He's like, what in the world? Then the whole ceiling collapses. Well, not the whole ceiling, but a big chunk of it collapsed, and it's Toto. And he starts to float down to the ground. And Juzo's like, oh, Toto, you devil. You tricked Mamoru. And he goes, devil. That's not a bad name for me. But you're wrong about me. I didn't trick Mamusi. Actually, stealing the eyes was her idea. And he goes, what? Mamusi, please. And she goes, yes, he's right. Stealing the eyes were my idea. No one's going to listen to us. We have to take action ourselves. He goes, Mamusi, please. He's tricking you. He's brainwashing you. Don't let this happen. She grabs the container with the right eye. Starts to pull out the eye. Juzo's like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Don't do it. He pulls out the eye. A big gust of wind happened. Everybody's like, trying to brace themselves. And then she goes, I'm sorry. And she she takes the eye and pulls it right in front of one of her eyes. I think I don't know which, like left or right, but I don't know. But she like does this with it. That's not way over here. She does this with it. And then Toto and Mamusi both just fade away in the wind. And then they're gone. Everybody's like, what the heck? Like, Mamusi was a traitor. Well, like, everybody's really shocked and surprised. Umobari and Jozu come in like, this is no time to panic. We need to hurry up and go find Mamusi because he has the right eye now. And that guy has a left eye. This is bad. Like, we need to go find them because they both have the left and the right eye. And those things just out and about is very dangerous. And Suguro's dad is there. Bond's dad is there. He saw everything that happened. He starts to walk away. And Bond grabs his dad. He goes, whoa. Where do you think you're going? He goes, Suguro, I haven't seen you in so long. You look so big. That's a wicked mohawk you got there. How you been? He goes, where do you think you're going? Well, we got to go get Mamusi. Can't have her running around with that left eye now. Well, just be good. Listen to your mom and your teachers and stay out of trouble. He goes, no, Dad. You know why we're in this mess? Why everything is happening? It's because of you. Mamusi says you're a traitor. Are you? What? Of course not. He goes, oh yeah? Now how about you tell me? You tell everybody right here, right now, what you've been doing for the past couple years. Ever since, I was born. What are you always running off to go do? And Bond dad looks kind of sad. Then he starts smiling. And Shira and Ren are inside the keep now. They're listening. And Ren went to go run over there, but Shira holds him back like, wait a second. And he goes, I'm sorry, Bond. It's a secret. I can't tell anybody. Not even my own son. And he goes, what? He goes, Dad, if you walk out of here right now without explaining, like nothing just happened, for me, you're not my dad anymore. Obviously, Bond's dad looks really sad. He goes, I'm sorry. I can't tell you. Please try to forgive me. He starts walking off. And then we get Ren's point of view, and he's remembering what he said to his dad. How he said he wasn't his dad anymore. Then, like 2 minutes later, the Gehenna gate opened, and then Master Fujimoto had to kill himself to let Ren go. Everything that happened. And the last thing he said to his dad was, I hate you, you're not my dad. And then 2 minutes later, Fujimoto died. And Ren, obviously beats himself up over that. And this is sort of the same situation happening right now. And so Ren gets really mad about that. And he grabs Bond's dad by the coat collar. And he goes, wait. And I love this scene, like this whole sequence right here. I love it so much. I remember I did my anime moments that hit for BlueExorcist. This is what I did. This might be the thumbnail, I don't know, but Bond dad starts to walk away. Ren is like, wait, and grabs him by the coat collar. And then Shira's like, what the? He was just right here. How did he slip me again? And he goes, that's his son, ain't you? You're just gonna walk away like nothing's happening? And you, Bond, stop being an a-hole, and punches Bond, and a little flicker of blue flames happen. Everybody's like, whoa, did you see that? And then Bond, his face is all messed up. He goes, this has nothing to concern you. Get out of here. He goes, apologize now, before you don't get another chance. Bond dad is like, hey, come on, guys, let's not fight. And Bond goes, what are you still doing here? You know where the door is. And Ren, he starts to remember Fujimoto again, and it gets really mad and sad, and all the music, all the noise just cut out, and you just see Ren's reaction. He's looking like sadder and sadder. Then he starts to whimper. And then a gust of blue flames just engulf his body. And he goes, ah! He just yells. And it was a pretty cool scene. I really like it. And he was like, I used to think you're so cool, Bond. But you're not cool anymore. You're just an a-hole. And then everybody's shocked about the blue flames. And Shira's like, oh no. Ren, stop! Ren, please! He's flaming up again in front of everybody. And they just said this episode, if you do that, they're going to have you killed. So this is pretty bad. So he runs over to Bond. Bond makes that circle seal thing he made in episode 2. Yeah, in episode 2, and Ren is like, he's not like, I want to be Satan's kid, destroys it and grabs Bond by the coat collar. He goes, you need to apologize to your dad before he's dead and it's too late. Don't make the same mistake I did. Apologize. And Bond, he looks really shocked, and Ren is like holding him, and then Yuzo comes in with his Keurig. He goes to hit Ren, but he backs up. He goes, don't worry, Bond, I got you. And then he remembers what Mamusi said about how Mephisto was hiding the son of Satan. And then he goes, what? This is the kid? And Seema's friends with him. This is crazy. And then Sirius, he comes over, starts chanting. And Ren has like this little gold piece at the tip of his tail. It starts to glow and it really hurts Ren. And she goes, you need to calm down, Ren. You remember what I told you about the Gagori about flaming up again? He goes, I don't care. I'm having a conversation. So butt out. And then he calls her, because he stops talking for like 2 seconds. And he calls her the B word and he like bucks at her. And then she goes, oh, okay. And then she starts to chant some more. The little gold piece starts to glow like crazy. He passes out from the pain because that was hurting him. And then she asks a couple guys to grab Ren and to take him to like a cell. He's passed out, so he's not going to do anything. And then Seema's dad, Yozu, says, I hope you have an explanation for us. And she goes, huh? Oh, Mr. Director, don't worry. I'm sorry for this whole commotion. He goes, yeah, I don't really care about the commotion, but you better have an explanation, for Ren having, like, blue flames, like, everywhere. Like, somebody explain this. And she goes, oh, no, don't worry. And then the very last shot of this episode is just Kuro, like, poking Ren. Like, Ren, wake up. Wake up. And then we get the credits. And he is like Shira trying to be like all nice, like, oh, don't worry, like, oh, Mrs. Director, he like trying to be all happy-go-lucky. And that's the end of the episode. I love that moment right there with Ren and Bond and his dad, and Bond's dad. I love that moment. Like I said, that was the first moment I did for the anime moments that hit. I used to rewatch that scene a lot. That was a really good scene. I like that. In the manga and in the anime, in the dub. That was really good. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. I just saying I like that. But that was a really good scene. I like that. Was a good scene. It was a good scene. And that's really it. I guess I can show you this, but I mean, it's not really anything. It wasn't really like, I'm having a conversation, so butt out. And he bucks at her, which is so funny. Anyway, that's the episode. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all out there for being wonderful human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right.